Okay, what's up, my people? I hope everyone is doing good. Yeah, the ghost is back. All right, welcome to Technically It Works. A podcast where we discuss some of the industry's best practices, be it when it comes to code, conducting yourself as a developer, and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna be doing this podcast. I will try by all means to invite guests to come through and share their expertise in the industry, and also come and just share the podcast with me and just discuss what's happening in the industry. So on the first episode, I'm purely going to be talking about to become a developer, the practical guide of things. Because the reason why I really want to tackle on this one is that I get a lot of questions every time, be it on Twitter, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, that hi Mr. Chakama, I'm an upcoming developer, I want to do this and that, how can you help me? And yeah, I just thought that maybe if I make a video like this, it will really help you guys, and even everyone else who's in the industry, and not just people who are beginning or who are just starting right now. It will actually help everybody. So yeah, before we get started, I just want to talk about our sponsor today, who is me, purely me. So yeah, make sure you check out me. But anyway, let's go. Let's kick start this. All right. So I would say there are a few steps that you really need to take. When you're becoming a developer, there are about 5 of them, which is number one, choose your language. Number two, learn the fundamentals. Number three, build projects. Number four, collaborate with other developers. And number five, keep learning. Right. So I'm gonna start with the one for choosing your language. Right. All right. As you guys know, we have a bunch of languages out there. I don't even know how many we have, but we have a lot. And the thing is, you don't even have to learn all of them. I know a lot of developers, they're starting. They get surprised and shocked, like, wow, okay, which one do I learn? Which one is trending? Which one is doing this and that? But if someone is choosing a language, it's always best to choose a language that you want to work with. For me, it was the reason why I chose JavaScript was like okay, my story was different, but choose a language where Kuti, I want to do some game development, or I want to build web apps, or I want to build mobile applications. What can I do with that? So when you're doing a research on the best language that you want, I'd recommend that you choose first the industry that you want to go in. For example, if it's the mobile industry, or the web system, the stuff like that, just look at the languages that they use, the programming languages that they use for game development. Search on Google, YouTube, best programming languages for game development, best programming languages for mobile app development, and then from there, now you would have minimized the languages that you need to learn. It will now show you that there is Flutter, there is Java, stuff like that. Even though I don't recommend Java, but yeah, there is Flutter, there is another React Native, there is another Kotlin, there's another, all those items, right? You can now structure them well and say, fine. Looking at the industry I want, we have these 5 languages, and I really do recommend people to check out the survey. Yes, Take Overflow. Take Overflow does a survey every year where they list the mostly used programming languages in different fields. They also do like it's not just languages actually. It's I don't know. I have to check again, but it's a lot. I'll share the link below. But they do a survey where they talk to developers all over the world on languages they are using, languages they are teaching, languages that are coming up, or something like that. But yeah, do check it out. That will also give you a guideline when you are learning, because you really want to learn a language that is being left out by other developers. Because who's gonna hire you now? Knowing that you're the only one who knows that language, right? So if you learn languages that are trending, that are being used by companies, then you know that when you're looking for a job, it's gonna be way easier for you. So that's some of the steps that I would recommend that you take when you're choosing a programming language, right? Research the industry that you really want to be part of, and then in that industry that you'd have chosen, now look at the languages that they use, and then now also look at the job market for the language that you want, because obviously you're doing this to get a job. Or if you're not, you're just doing it to make your own things, then yeah, I mean, don't do that. But if you're doing it to get a job, also look at the job market on which markets are hiring, and which languages they are used to hire, which languages have more openings, right? Which languages have more open, which more openings have language. Shit, hey, my company. Yeah, guys, I think you get the point. But yeah, moving on. So moving on to point number two, which is like learn the fundamentals. So with the fundamentals, like almost every programming languages, because what I've discovered, right, is when I was learning JavaScript, when I tried to move on to other languages, for me it was quite easier for me to move to the other languages. Do you know why? Because almost every language is the same. What only changes is what we call the syntax, which is like how we write the code. Like in JavaScript, you might write console.log. In Dart, you might write print. In C, you might write print again, something like that. But once you've mastered the fundamentals, you're covered. I mean, the fundamentals include things like let me just check over here. Data types, variables, loops, conditions, functions. Those are some of the items that are always available in every language. Like every language is all those items. So I'd recommend that you focus on that, you learn that, and later on, if you want to change languages, you just know easily that obviously every language is a variable, every language is conditional items, there's loops, stuff like that. It's just how you write them now that differs. But if you learn the fundamentals, it will be now easier for you to go to my step number three, which is building projects. I really keep on telling people most of the time that you really need to build projects. The reason why we build projects is that you're putting your skill into practice, right? It's like, for example, let's say what can example can I put? Okay, I don't have an example to put, but the reason why you build projects is you're putting your skills into practice, right? To say, I now know how to code, so I'm gonna try to build something that uses the skills that I know now. Like for example, you've learned variables, you've learned loops, conditional statements, stuff like that. How then can you put that in real life to build something that people can use, or a small little project? Plus, also building projects also keeps you, like knowing your skills, knowing your what you've learned in that programming language, right? To say, I now know how to use variables, I now know how to use this, because that's how you measure how far you can go as a developer. Yeah. So, for example, you can try to. I know people sometimes they do struggle with the programming projects to do. Right? They're like, which programming project should I do? Which project should I build? Because already we all know that there's a to-do list, there's a calculator, a small landing page, stuff like that. But I would recommend that you build something that just puts your skills into practice. Don't It doesn't matter that there are a to-do list like a wonder, there are a lot of them out there. But what really matters is you building your own to-do list, that you can say that I built this. This is my code I wrote. My code is this and that, and that's actually nice. It makes me happy to see people showing off their projects to say, "Yo, George, this is what I built. Can you review it for me? Can you check it out for me?" And then I'll gladly look at it and say, "Yeah, well, nice. You can improve here and there, but then the fact that you did it on your own, to put your skills into practice, then that's awesome, really. Plus, it's always nice to include it on your portfolio to say, I built this small project, because the recruiters also want to see someone who does not only know how to code, like the language, but then the practical aspect of the language now, of you building things with it. Can you actually build something with JavaScript? Can you actually build something with C sharp? Right? That's what they really want to see also. So the fact that you can build something, you put it in your portfolio, and you just showcase it, and that's really nice, guys. So that's why I recommend building projects. Let's keep building projects to improve our skills. But also, the more it's practice, really. Building projects is practice. Because just consider it with like a soccer star, right? Someone who plays soccer, they're always practicing, not because they don't know how to play soccer, but the more you practice, shit. Why do I keep moving this camera? The more you practice, the better that you become at, like, at doing that thing that you do. So the more projects you do, the better the developer that you become too, right? So that's something else. So moving on to number 4, collaborating with other developers, right? People really underestimate the power of collaborations, guys. Like, it helps you because you learn from each other as you're collaborating, right? I'm a big fan of open source contributions. The reason why I keep emphasizing on people to collaborate is, when you are now working at work, you don't just write your code, you push, and then you submit. No, you write your code, it gets reviewed, and as it's getting reviewed now, they tell you that your code sucks, or why did you write code like this, and then you get frustrated really because it sucks. But if you're collaborating with others on side projects, you also learn from them, right? You learn to say, why do you write code like this? Let's write it like this. But also you write in a way that someone can understand rather than building alone. Because if you're coding alone, you're writing code just for you to have it on your portfolio. You don't really care who sees it because it's a private repo and stuff like that. But then if you're now collaborating with others, you're writing code in a way that Sean can understand when he's looking at my code. Munya can understand when he's looking at my code. Faru can understand when he's looking at my code. So you see, it becomes easier for you to work with others. Even when you join a company, you are used to writing code that's readable, code that people can easily understand. So that's why I encourage you to collaborate with others. Also, on the point of collaborating with others, like, you learn a lot, when you collaborate with others, because you get to look at how someone writes his code too, the way they write it, the way they structure it. I know, for example, I can use my case as an example. There was a time I was working with Separate Aaron, and like, I was fascinated by the way he writes his functions. We were working with the React.js those days, yeah, and I was looking at the way he was doing his API calls, and actually learned a lot from that. And that's the power of collaboration. Like, when you're collaborating with someone, you can look at their coding style, and then you can learn a thing or two from that to say, oh, this guy learns, he codes like this. This looks off. Yet, could you look at the way they write their code and then be like, oh, that's a good flow. That's a good way of writing functions, variables, a good way of doing API calls, a good way of declaring, widgets, components, and you learn from that, guys. So collaborate more. Let's build together more, and you learn from that. It also helps you when you are now working full time kubas and stuff like that. Number 5, which is keep learning. All right. So the reason why I say keep learning is, our industry changes every time. It's one of the reasons why I dropped out, right? Like, our industry moves super fast. Like, so if you don't have that attitude of learning, that the drive of learning new things, my guy, you're gonna stay behind, right? You're gonna really, really stay behind. So always put yourself to learn. Right now, for me, I'm a JavaScript developer, but right now I'm busy pushing myself to learn Flutter. The reason why I'm doing it is so that I have another skill set on my portfolio. To say, George knows JavaScript and Flutter. Now imagine now, if a job comes through, let's say I'm not getting my jobs in JavaScript, I can easily look at the Flutter gigs and say, wow, okay, this one I can do. If a JavaScript one comes, I would say, I can also do JavaScript. So it opens like a wonder for me. But not only learning different languages, you can even learn the language that you're learning right now, the one that you know. Keep learning it. Find smarter ways of doing things with it, better ways of writing code with it, understanding it more, optimizing it even further, making it super clean so that you write efficient code, So keep learning, guys. And the more you learn, the better developer you come, and the more you qualify to be, called a senior developer or an expert. Yeah, I'm not an expert. I know JavaScript, guys, but then I don't know why people think that I'm an expert in it. I just know JavaScript. I know, and I've built some projects with that. But I'm even up to date. Today, I'm still learning it. I won't say I've known JavaScript that I can say, I'm a guru in JS. There's a lot to learn in JavaScript, and so with other languages too. So let's keep learning, let's keep pushing, and let's keep coding, guys, and just encouraging each other too when we're doing it. So yeah, this has been the first episode of Technically It Works. We're gonna have more episodes coming through. I'm gonna try to do 2 episodes a week. This time, don't worry, I'm here, guys, full time. We're gonna be doing 2 episodes a week or 1 episode, but definitely I'm gonna be trying 2 episodes a week, where we discuss industry best practices, what's working, what's not working. I'll invite guests to come along, and yeah, let's kick this off. And by the way, for all those who are in Harare, Zimbabwe, who are looking for upcoming events that are happening, at the moment I know about two. I know there's a girls in tech picnic for girls, unless you identify as. But anyways, there's a girls in tech picnic happening. I think should be on the 17th. I will try to link the links to the post below on my video, and we also have a hackathon that's coming through, a Web3 hackathon, which is open to everyone that wants to come through, which is happening on the 19th and the 20th of June again, being done by Build Different. So I'm also gonna put the links below so that you guys you check them out, and then you come through. I mean, let's connect, let's build each other, let's collaborate. As I discover more events, I'll definitely check them on my videos so that you guys check them out. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, and reach out on Twitter if there's anything that you guys need, or if you have more videos that you want me to take a look on, discuss. Please comment down in the comment section below, and don't forget to share and subscribe. Otherwise, take care. Peace.